The Curse of the Pharaohs. Myth or reality? The sands of Egypt hold countless mysteries. Beneath the golden dunes and inside tombs carved into cliffs and hidden beneath pyramids, the ancient Egyptians prepared their kings and queens for eternity. They believed in an afterlife where the soul would live on, protected by gods and guided through perilous trials. To ensure this passage, tombs were filled with treasures, food, and sacred objects. Yet, for modern archaeologists, these tombs offer more than treasures. They offer a link to a civilization thousands of years old. But with this connection came one of history's most chilling legends: the Curse of the Pharaohs. According to this tale, anyone who disturbed the eternal rest of Egypt's kings would be struck down by misfortune, disease, or death. The legend has captured imaginations for over a century. It is dramatic, eerie, and seemingly supported by a series of tragic coincidences. At the heart of the story lies the discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun, a boy king of the 18th dynasty, who died more than 3,000 years ago in 1922. British archaeologist Howard Carter uncovered Tutankhamun's nearly intact burial chamber in the Valley of the Kings. It was the greatest archaeological find of the 20th century, a treasure trove that astonished the world. Yet soon after the tomb was opened, deaths and strange occurrences began, and rumors of an ancient curse spread like wildfire. To understand the legend, we must look at both the history of ancient Egypt and the events of 1922. The ancient Egyptians believed strongly in the afterlife. Death was not an end, but a transition, and tombs were built to protect the deceased for eternity. Hieroglyphic inscriptions often included warnings to grave robbers. Some said that the gods would punish anyone who dared to disturb the tomb. Others threatened that crocodiles, lions, or serpents would strike intruders. These warnings were symbolic, but they reveal how important protection of the dead was in Egyptian belief. Tombs were sacred places, not meant to be disturbed. When Carter entered Tutankhamun's tomb in November 1922, he found an inscription above the antechamber. Although the famous phrase, "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the king's rest," is likely a later invention by journalists, the idea resonated with the public. Newspapers, hungry for sensational stories, began spreading rumors of a curse even before tragedy struck. When it did, the story exploded. Lord Carnarvon, the wealthy patron who financed Carter's expedition, died in April 1923, only months after the discovery. His death was sudden and unusual. He had cut a mosquito bite while shaving, which became infected, leading to blood poisoning. At a time before antibiotics, such infections were often fatal. Yet, the timing seemed uncanny. Newspapers declared it proof of the curse. Reports of strange coincidences multiplied. At the exact moment of Carnarvon's death, Cairo was said to have experienced a blackout. Thousands of miles away in England, his dog allegedly howled and fell dead. These eerie tales, whether true or exaggerated, became part of the legend. In the years that followed, more deaths were linked to the tomb. George J. Gould, an American businessman who visited the site, contracted a fever and died soon after. Arthur Mace, a member of Carter's team, also fell ill and passed away. Others connected with the excavation reportedly suffered accidents, mysterious illnesses, or early deaths. By the mid-1930s, nearly 24 people had died who were somehow linked to the opening of Tutankhamun's tomb. To believers, the curse was undeniable. But was it real? Skeptics argue otherwise. First, not everyone who entered the tomb died. Howard Carter himself, the man most responsible for the discovery, lived until 1939, more than 16 years after the tomb was opened. His death at age 64 was from natural causes, not a mysterious curse. Many other members of the team also lived long lives. Statistically, the number of premature deaths was not unusual for the time, especially considering the health risks of early 20th century Egypt, from tropical diseases to poor sanitation. Science also provides rational explanations for some of the illnesses. Tombs, sealed for thousands of years, can harbor dangerous molds and bacteria. Studies have identified fungi such as Aspergillus and bacteria like Pseudomonas inside ancient structures. These organisms can cause severe respiratory infections, especially in those with weakened immune systems. Carbon monoxide or other toxic gases could also accumulate in sealed spaces. In this view, the curse was not supernatural, but microbial. Another explanation lies in psychology. The power of suggestion is strong. If someone believes they are cursed, stress and fear can weaken the body, making illness more likely. Anxiety can trigger real physical symptoms in the fevered atmosphere of 1920s Egypt. With newspapers shouting about curses and deaths, the psychological toll could have been immense. Yet, despite rational explanations, the curse persists. It endures because it embodies the allure of ancient Egypt, itself mysterious, majestic, and touched by the supernatural. The Egyptians saw their pharaohs as divine. To disturb their tombs feels like defying the gods. Whether coincidence or not, the deaths after Tutankhamun's discovery gave weight to this belief. It was as if the ancient kings could still reach across millennia to punish intruders. The media played a crucial role in cementing the curse in public imagination. In 1922, the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb was front-page news worldwide. Newspapers competed for dramatic headlines. The idea of a deadly curse was irresistible. Reporters exaggerated stories, inventing details when necessary. One British journalist even claimed to have found the warning inscription, though no such text was ever discovered in the tomb. Hollywood soon followed, producing films about vengeful mummies rising from the grave. Fiction and fact blurred, creating a mythology that persists today. The legend also reflects deeper cultural tensions. In the 1920s, Egypt was under British control. Many Egyptians resented foreign archaeologists taking treasures from their land. The idea of a curse punishing outsiders may have symbolized national pride. A supernatural defense against colonial exploitation! For Egyptians, the curse was not just about the pharaohs, but about protecting their heritage. Outside Tutankhamun's tomb, other stories of curses have also circulated. In earlier centuries, tomb robbers sometimes reported strange illnesses or accidents after disturbing graves. Archaeologists working in the Valley of the Kings and other sites occasionally fell ill. Such events added to the mystique, even when natural explanations were likely. The combination of dangerous environments, ancient warnings, and human imagination created a powerful narrative. In modern times, the curse of the pharaohs has become more than a legend. It is a cultural icon. It appears in documentaries, novels, and countless horror films. It embodies our fascination with ancient mysteries and our fear of the unknown. For some, it is a reminder to respect the dead. For others, it is a story of how myth and media can shape reality. Archaeologists today treat the curse as myth, but they also approach tombs with respect. They recognize the dangers of microbes and toxins, taking precautions with protective gear. But they also understand that the real power of the curse lies not in supernatural forces, but in its ability to capture the human imagination. In the end, whether myth or reality, the curse of the pharaohs tells us as much about ourselves as it does about ancient Egypt. It shows how easily fear and coincidence can combine to create legends. It reveals our need to find meaning in tragedy and our enduring fascination with the idea that some secrets are too dangerous to uncover. What do you think about the curse of the pharaohs? Does it exist? What is your opinion on this? Let me know and write it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.